Hey everybody! It's not Loot Crate time. What happened was I woke up this morning, and as I do every time, I wake up, I go to the bathroom, and while I'm kind of waking up, before I get ready for work, I check my smartphone, check my email, check Facebook. And this morning I go on, I check Facebook, and there is a post from Nintendo talking about how Nintendo NX, or Nintendo code name NX, because its code name is project name, uh, is going to launch globally March 2017. Nintendo had their investors meeting last night, and they made some announcements. And I wasn't on my blog that late last night because they probably had up to the minute updates. But I went on early this morning, and they're launching the NX in March 2017. And I have no idea what this console is. Rumors of it's going to replace both the Wii U and the 3DS. I mean, but March is a weird month to be launching, especially a home console, if this is indeed a home console, because you want to launch your home console in November, right around the holidays. March, you know what they did launch in March that was a launch was the original. I want to see if I can grab mine without looking like too much of an idiot. Okay, here it is. Was the original 3DS. This one right here. Well, I mean, this isn't my original. This is an original 3DS, but my original one I spilled tequila on and ruined. This is the replacement Nintendo sent me after I gave them $100. But so this is an original 3DS, and that did launch in March of 2010. That sounds about right. 2010, I think. 2000, no, 2009 is way long. It's 2010. And but don't hold me to that. And this was a March launch, so that made sense. While the Wii U was your classic November launch, so I thought that was really weird. So and also they announced that Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem are both coming to mobile. You know, cell phones, Android, if you will, both coming to your cell phone in fall of 2016. Which is very interesting because I don't know how they're going to do these games. I did have a conversation with my sister not that long ago how I thought that Animal Crossing was the absolutely perfect game for mobile. And the cool thing is that I've read, I'm supportive of these franchises on cell phones, especially if they do it right. I don't want to be paying real money to get Belle in Animal Crossing so I can get a complete lovely set. That's bullshit. I'd rather them charge me some money to actually buy the game because they said these are going to be more game-like and not like app-like. So I'd rather pay some money to buy the actual game, and then I wouldn't mind a little bit of microtransactionness, but I'd rather it be more traditional. I'm hoping they go that route, but if they don't, they can go fuck themselves. I'm still gonna play them both though. I can go tell them to go fuck themselves, but I'm still gonna play them both. So I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite. Hell, I switched to Android just to make sure I could get like Miitomo and Pokemon Go and all the Nintendo apps and games when they start hitting cell phones. So there was that, and I was really excited. And they also announced with the Animal Crossing app. Now I don't know if this is going to affect New Leaf. I'm hoping it's an unannounced Animal Crossing game, but apparently this app is going to interact with Animal Crossing games on quote unquote traditional game systems. And since the newest Animal Crossing game is New Leaf, we don't know if this means New Leaf. I'm hoping it's not because I haven't been in my town in a while. I would rather hope that maybe they have a secret Wii U Animal Crossing. Ooh, but then again, that's going to lead to my second point about like how that wouldn't make sense with a second Animal Crossing, or it could, but there's another rant I have to go on. So they announced the NX for March 2017, and I was so hoping it was going to come this year. The Wii U, as much as I love her, and I have so many games for the Wii U, and I have such a respect for this console. Um, gosh, but I do. I love it. I love it. It might be. I'm gonna admit it might be one of my least favorite Nintendo consoles, but I still love it, and that's how much I love Nintendo. And but like the gosh, I can't remember what I was talking about. God damn this tired brain. Something about the Wii U. So the Wii U is not doing well. Let's face it. And so Nintendo announced, NX March 2017, and they also announced at E3. They announced that Zelda Wii U is gonna launch on NX as well, which was like everybody knew that. I mean, for all these rumors, that one was a given that Zelda is gonna be on both. So it's gonna be like Twilight Princess, basically. It was announced for the GameCube, but also then announced for the Wii. I never played it on the Wii or on the GameCube. I mean, I only played it on the Wii. I got the Wii. I bought it at launch, and I got Twilight Princess. I never played the GameCube version of Twilight Princess, even though it was originally announced on the GameCube. So I'm assuming that Zelda, quote unquote, Wii U, I'm assuming at E3 they're going to give us a proper subtitle. So, but that's what I have to call it. Even though it's called Zelda Wii U, is because it's coming out on the NX, I'm assuming they're going to launch at the same time. That I'm never going to play it on the Wii U. So that's kind of weird and coincidental. And they also delayed Zelda specifically to 2017. I mean, this better be a damn good Zelda. They have not delayed a Zelda this much, maybe since Ocarina. And I've heard whispers that that's what they're shooting for. They're shooting for an amazing game, like a game you could say might be one of the greatest of all time. And I hope they succeed. But the thing is, they also announced that at E3, NX is physically not going to be at E3. They didn't say anything about them showing NX games. They better show NX games, because otherwise, I have no idea what they're going to show at E3, because they also announced that the only playable game that they're going to present at E3 is going to be Zelda Wii U. And since NX isn't going to be there, it's only going to be, I have to assume it's only going to be the Wii U version. And I'm like, what are they going to do? Are they going to even have a digital event? Are they going to have a press conference? What the fuck is up with Nintendo? I mean, I can't believe this. So they're not going to have any 3DS games playable? I mean, what about the 3DS? I mean, this is still 11 months till the NX launches. That's a long fucking time. And they delayed Zelda, so what the fuck are we going to be playing? They just launched Star Fox. What the fuck are we going to be playing? And if they have other Wii U games and 3DS games, why don't they have them playable on the show floor too? Like, I was expecting this E3 to be the big NX blowout. I was expecting it to launch in 2016. We were going to get a price. They were going to have it there. They were going to have like all these games for it. It was going to be great. I asked off of work for this, and now all of a sudden I woke up and I got a bunch of bullshit. So as excited as I am for Zelda Wii U, and I'm excited, it's one game. I mean, you can't make an E3 out of one game, especially if you have a fucking console. So what else, are they going to at least show games? I mean, they have to show something besides Zelda. I mean, this is E3 we're talking about. So that's why I'm making this video. And I've gone on for 9 minutes now, and it's just been me bitching about what are we gonna play? Why are they only showing Zelda Wii U? I mean, if they're hyping Zelda Wii U this much, if they really think it could be one of the greatest games of all time, then go ahead. I mean, maybe I understand it then. But one of the big things I was expecting them to announce at E3 was that they were going to finally localize Mother 3. Emily Rogers mentioned that not once, but twice. And I know Earthbound sold well on the Virtual Console. I had to assume Earthbound Beginning sold well. I bought them both. It's time to bring Mother 3. It's the 10-year anniversary of Mother 3 releasing in Japan. I actually played the fan translation. I would play it again if Nintendo did a translation. It's time. I was really expecting them to announce, and maybe they still will. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know they have to show footage. They have to have video. I mean, they have to have us play something in the next 11 months. So even if we Zelda Wii U is the only thing playable, they have to show us something. And that's the thing that I'm scared about. That's why I'm doing this video. I mean, they have to show something. Like they can't just have an E3 where it's like, hey, hey, here's Zelda Wii U on the Wii U, even though it's also going to launch on NX, but we have no clue what the NX gimmick is because there's so many rumors of what NX is. They just keep saying it's going to be different. It's like Project Revolution or the Wii, if you would, even though the Wii did change things, it also set things back because the Wii could not deliver on what it promised. Like you saw that first promotional like footage for the original Wii controller with the nunchuck and the guy like ducking behind the chair and like you're like holy shit, this is gonna be amazing. Like it's gonna be able to detect shit in the room and we're gonna be like running around the room taking cover behind chairs and shit. Like they had some really amazing things and it really got you thinking. It's like holy shit, this is gonna change the way we play games forever. And then you got it and then you realize that Nintendo had kind of cheaped out on it and the gyros in there were cheap and they weren't that sensitive and then you were just flagging around, and it just didn't deliver. But for a while there you really were thinking that it was going to completely change games, but it did change games. And I'm not saying we should give up on motion control because I believe that motion control, along with virtual reality or a version of virtual reality where you're using motion, not just holding a controller, because like in virtual, if it's virtual reality replacing reality, do I have a controller in reality? No, I use my hands to pick up something. That's a motion control. So I gotta assume that still that's the future of gaming is motion and virtual reality. It's just it didn't quite work out the way that we thought it was. And then Nintendo did the whole like second screen thing, but they pretty much already done that with the DS and the 3DS. At the time, the one thing I will say about the Wii U, at the time, I was like, you know what? If they're ever gonna make like tablet gaming like serious, like this is how you do it. Like you make a nice tablet, but you put analogs on it, or you don't even have to put analogs and buttons and shit. Just make an add-on that fits over the tablet. And then because I was like, this is how tablet gaming should be. It shouldn't be all cause trying to play GTA 3 10th anniversary on my tablet with just touch controls just didn't work. Did not work. It was a disaster. I think my friend Nat bought it too, and we talked about how it wouldn't work. You needed to get like a Bluetooth controller and play it with a controller, and that's just sad. But when I first got the Wii U, that was the first thing. I was like, this is how you do tablet gaming. um, so I thought the Wii U had strengths. It just wasn't right. It was overpriced, and the off TV play was really cool. But like, I'm just worried. And basically, I'm sorry. I've been ranting and rambling and not making coherent sense sometimes. I'm just upset and really tired from work. So my apologies if when I forgot thoughts or went on tangents and couldn't come back to my original point. But what I wanted to say is like, what are we gonna be playing for 11 months? Like, why is Zelda Wii U the only game that's going to be at E3? Are they going to show video? They did announce that they're going to release the release date, the price, and the specs for the NX in 2016. So does that mean E3 or does that mean a different like Nintendo Direct digital or have a press event or are they going to have a digital event this year? Are they going to have a press this year? Or are they just going to be like, here, come to E3 and play Zelda Wii U? That's my fear. What are we going to play for the next 11 months? Announce something for the 3DS. Announce something for the Wii U. We need some games, besides these mobile games. We need some games to make it to the NX, And the NX lineup has got to be strong. Nintendo, like that's another rumor I've been hearing a lot of rumblings about that since they shuffled their development teams and they no longer have mobile slash console and they just mixed everybody together, that was really gonna help them increase output, and that the rumor was that in the first year that the NX comes out, that it was going to have more first party releases than in the first like 3 or 4 years of the Wii U. So if that rumor is true, that's great, you know. But they need third party support. The one thing I do like about the NX not launching in 2016 and launching in March of 2017 is that puts the Wii U at about 4.5 years, and that's more closer to your classic 5 year last of a console. You know, you don't want to, and that's my, well, I don't want to go into the PS 4.5 or 4K debacle because I do have a PS4 and I'm upset about that upgrade, and they're gonna announce freaking that at E3, and I'm pissed about that. This E3, I'm already pissed about it, and it hasn't even happened yet. Hell, so but I am looking forward to Uncharted 4. So there you go, and I am happy that Team Patrick dominated in the last Splatfest in Splatoon, so that was pretty awesome. I finally won a Splatfest. That was pretty great. But like I said, there's a lot like I just mentioned with Splatoon. There's a lot of great games. Bayonetta 2, which I have, Mario Kart 8, new, and this is the first freaking console since no, okay, cause okay, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario Brothers World. You could say Super Mario Brothers World 2, Yoshi's, whatever they called it with the baby Mario, but I don't count that. Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, Mario Galaxy 2, Wii U, Super Mario 3D World, that doesn't count. So this is the first console generation of Nintendo where you didn't have a flagship Mario title. And that was the thing. I guess Miyamoto's gone on saying that Mario is going to usher in this new hardware. He said it twice now, I think. So that's, we're getting Zelda at launch, and that alludes that we're getting Mario at launch. Well, we better fucking get Mario at launch. I mean, if there was no traditional Mario on the Wii U, then it better be launch NX. I'm not taking any of this bullshit. So launch Mario and Zelda together. Do it right. Have a good launch lineup. What are we going to play for 11 months? I've gone on for way too long. But that's my Nintendo rant. That's what happened this morning. And if you watched all 17 minutes of this, you're badass. All right. Bye-bye.